Hello, and welcome to the second in a series of 3 live streams about Age of Triumph. This will be the final live event as part of your Destiny 1 adventure. I'm Deej. I will be your host for the next hour, and today we will be talking to 2 of the designers at Bungie that have helped to bring this event to life, to make this celebration happen, and we're going to be talking to them about some of the different weekly rituals. In order to give that some context and to talk about exactly how this is going to work, we take you live to the tower, and gentlemen, talk to me a little bit about how Age of Triumph will begin. What are the first steps that I will take as part of this experience?
Yeah, so when you launch into the Age of Triumph, you're going to want to go talk to the speaker. He's got a quest for you.
Okay, so we will fast forward through time, through the miracle of our development environment, and we will pretend that it is March 28th. Complete story missions in the featured weekly story playlist. That sounds new. Step 1 of this quest, destroy the darkness. How many steps can we expect to enjoy as part of this quest?
I want to say about 12.
Okay.
This is a quest that will take you through all the content that we've created for the Destiny 1 experience. So you've got patrols in there, you got your story missions, you got strikes, some PvP.
We'll talk a little bit more about how that story mission playlist is going to make that happen. Before we do that, since we're talking about rewards, let's check in with Tess Everis of the Eververse Trading Company, and tell me what Tess has now.
So for this release, we have the Treasure of Ages.
Okay, it's a new box.
Yes.
And in essence, all up, what do I expect to find in this box?
So in this box, we've actually put everything that the live team has released. So, you know, if you have collections out there that you haven't filled up, like this is a great way to get those things.
Yeah. Titan armor only.
No.
We're borrowing Joe Blackburn's Titan that we imported last week. So essentially, all of the armor and all of the different things that Eververse Trading has had as a component of these previous events, things like the Spectar armor, things like the Desolate Taken armor. So you've created essentially a box that enables me to capture any of the missing items that I might have been coveting over all of these different events.
Yes.
So that's in all of these different categories: Sparrow Racing emblems, different types of emotes, and the list goes on. If you never got that Ghost, this just could be your opportunity to add that to your collection, to put it in your kiosk. Different masks from Festival of the Lost. I mean, this is just everything all up. Ships, horns, sparrow horns, different sparrows. And then we've also got, what are these?
So that's Days of Iron ornament. So you're going to get 1 item from each of the categories on the left and middle. And then
we've also got some of the different consumables that have made these events a little more interactive, a little bit more fun, as well as the chroma that we introduced last April.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on the right, we have some possible new items.
So this is a new suit of Age of Triumph armor. And as much as people want me to show this armor, that's the theme for next week. So we're going to bring in Ian McIntosh and Josh Hamrick to talk about all the different ways you'll be able to decorate your Guardian, as well as how some of these sandbox items are going to change up the way that we fight. New shaders and, of course, new ships. So what would you say to somebody that says, that's all well and good, but there's very specific things that I want, and these boxes don't always give me exactly what I'm looking for. If I have a very specific ornament that I've been craving, how do I go about getting those things?
Yeah, so you use the box, you get some silver dust.
Yeah. Break down an item I don't want, and I get silver dust.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we have updated the silver dust kiosk.
Have a nice day.
Okay. So we'll come over here. Access the Silver Dust store and check that out. First thing to call out, this is a much bigger place now. We have 5 different collections up here. And I have engrams that cover different types of categories of rewards. So if I have enough silver dust, I can come in here and I can grab very specific things on a one-off.
Absolutely.
So we're giving the player a lot of control over exactly how they reward themselves for the time they spend in the game. And as we consume those, what is the name of the box again? Treasure of the Ages.
Yes.
Okay. One treasure, many ages. This silver dust will help us grab the things that we really want or need. And then as we go through, take a look at these collections, we can see that these are many different ornaments, many different vehicles from different events, shaders, sparrow horns, different masks from Festival of the Lost, more masks from Festival of the Lost, different series of emotes, different lenses to change up the appearance of the game, and of course, some of the different ways in which we communicate with each other non-verbally in the tower.
Yep.
So it should be said that your Destiny possessions, your Destiny 1 possessions, your Destiny 1 Eververse-related items will stay in Destiny 1.
Yes.
Destiny 1 will be available to you for the foreseeable future. But if you're maintaining a balance of silver in Destiny, this box, this final Eververse offering in Destiny 1 is going to be the last thing that we'll have for you to buy. So if you're maintaining a balance of silver in Destiny, help yourself to those boxes. So let's come here and check in with Shax now. Talk to me about how the champion of our Crucible is operating differently in Age of Triumph.
So the first thing you'll notice is his available bounties.
Mm-hmm.
There are now 2 weekly
Okay.
bounties, and they are for 6v6 mode game types.
Gotcha. Okay. And then coming down here, I also see that this new Arena Engram, if I'm holding Silver Dust and I have Crucible rank 3, I'll be able to obtain a Crucible armor piece.
Yeah.
If we take a look at our director, we've always had these featured activities down in the lower left-hand corner.
Yeah, so this is your go-to spot when you log in on any given week.
Mm-hmm. So if you've finished all of your different story missions, if you've gone to these destinations and you've completed your missions, this is essentially an expression of the Destiny endgame. And last week we covered the weekly featured raid activity.
Yep.
And just to summarize, if you missed it, all of the raids that you will find in Destiny are being brought back up for an appropriate challenge for a Guardian at their maximum potential. So all of the raids will be playable at 390 light. They'll all have new armor ornaments. They'll all have challenge modes. And once a week, you'll have an opportunity to jump into one of these raids and play them at 390 to experience all of the challenge modes at the same time and earn back some of that sweet gear that may have defined your Guardian in the first or second years of Destiny. We have new ornaments for you to earn, and that will be part of the loot table.
Yep.
But Tim, talk to us about what else you've done to make the week more rewarding.
Yeah, so one of the things we wanted to do is make sure that there's endgame for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't have 5 Guardian friends online. So we did bring up the Challenge of Elders.
Okay.
It is the one that you're used to at the lower light level, but we've added legendary marks for your first 3 completions.
Mm-hmm.
It's still as rewarding as the lower level one. It's actually more rewarding. The investment team has been generous as frickin' heck, I think.
Generous as, yeah. We want to make Age of Triumph more generous, and the fact that we have a Challenge of Elders that we can play, you can play it all week long.
Yep.
But 3 times during that week, it's going to give you 10 legendary marks for a grand total of 30 that you can earn over the course of that week. And then on the weekly reset, on that fateful Tuesday early morning Pacific time, everything resets.
Yeah, and you're still going to have the ticket from Varix that will
Okay.
give you the rewards.
Yep.
And we do still have the older version in the Reef node. So we're not removing anything to get you to this level.
Yeah, we're just adding on to your options. And I get one legendary engram for doing this every week, or do I get one legendary engram every single time I play it?
I believe the legendary engram is the first time, but it's still generous every time you complete it.
Okay,
So
but we're guaranteed a legendary engram if we play this once a week.
yeah.
Okay, very good. And then let's move over here to that old weekly favorite, the weekly Nightfall Strike. This is very hard, but not as hard as a raid, at least not numerically. So, Joe, talk to us about how the Nightfall is about to change. We can call out immediately that it's not a 390 activity, it's a 380 activity.
Right. So I think kind of the biggest thing that is different about the Nightfall Strikes is we have a new modifier that we're calling Daybreak. The Daybreak modifier takes in all of the epic modifiers, so it increases the difficulty of all of the combatants. And it also increases the rate of your recharge for all of your abilities, so your grenades, your melee, and your supers.
And we're going to play one of these Daybreak Strikes, which will be this new PvE experience, this new Guardians versus their enemies experience in just a moment. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of the other weekly featured activities. We have the SIVA Crisis Heroic Strike playlist. Also, not as hard, but certainly a fitting challenge for any modern Guardian. We have this at recommended light 350. So once a week, I play a Heroic Strike playlist just for showing up and throwing my own personal Guardian into the action and completing that activity.
Yes.
I get one Treasure of Ages, the new Eververse box with just about everything that we've ever created that's in there. I also get legendary marks. I get 10 legendary marks.
Yeah.
And I can do that 3 times a week. So I get, if I enjoy this playlist, every week I can expect 1 box and 30 marks. Okay. Anything else about this? And we can see the modifiers in there. We can see the different things that you're doing. Anything about this that you'd like to say that's different?
No, generous is frick.
Yeah, okay, we get it, Okay, so let's elaborate on the Speaker's Quest, because we're used to seeing one daily heroic story mission every day.
Yeah.
But we have a kind of an elaboration on that old ritual right here with this weekly story playlist. Talk to me about the function of this.
Yeah, so we know that sometimes you can't log in every day and you can lose out on legendary marks that way.
Yeah.
So what we did is we took all of the story missions from Destiny and put them into a playlist that you can complete at any time during the week.
Okay.
Do 5 of them, get 100 legendary marks.
It's a lot of marks.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
on your first completion, you'll get a Treasure of Ages. We've also added modifiers. The Specialist and Grounded seems to be this week.
Yeah, you haven't done that since Queen's Wrath.
Yeah.
It was for those of you who may have joined your Destiny Adventure in Progress, Queen's Wrath was a short-lived PvE event in the first year of Destiny, and we haven't done story modifiers since then, so that's good to see that back.
Yeah. So each week, this is going to rotate. We have a lot of story missions. So on the particular week we're on in our dev environment, it's Mars and Venus.
Yep.
This will be all of the story missions from the original Destiny 1 that took place on Mars and Venus.
Okay.
I think there's about 10 of them.
Yeah.
I think first week we're going with Earth and Moon. Third week is House of Wolves and
Yeah.
Dark Below.
So you'll send us back to the Dreadnought for the Taken King content. You'll send us back to
Exactly.
the Plague Lands for. So this is it's nice that that's kind of on a given theme. It can be that week you'll have a specific type of remembrance, which is definitely one of the themes of Age of Triumph.
Exactly.
That rounds out the essential experience of playing the weekly story playlist. Play one mission, and you get one of those Treasure of Ages boxes play 5 of those missions, which is the first step in the Speaker's new quest.
Exactly.
Okay, so the Speaker's quest will send us through experiencing all of these different things in new ways, but we'll begin with reliving some of the moments from the story. And then, of course, last, but certainly not least,
Yeah, so
we have the Crucible.
to get everything to fit, we took one of the Crucible nodes and made it the daily story node. So what you're going to see here in this slot is a 6v6 PvP playlist that rotates every week.
Okay.
The Shaxx quest
Yes.
will be for this one and
Okay.
another one on the Crucible node.
Yeah, the Shaxx bounties that we saw when we went and inspected him. Okay, so just want to call out one more time. We took a look at the Treasure of Ages box. If people are thinking about this is my chance to get that final ornament or to get that final sparrow horn, you know, whatever motivates you, whatever helps you illustrate the legend of your character, we can get a Treasure of Ages box every week. We can get 3 of them from playing 1 Crucible match from the featured list, playing 1 story mission from the featured list, and playing 1 heroic strike from the
Yes.
featured list. So if that Treasure of Ages box is something you have your sights on, there's 3 chances with 3 activities over the course of a week. And then this you can sort of see in ascending order the things that you can do to jump back into those raids and earn some of the, we'll show you next week, some of the most interesting rewards that I think we've ever created in Destiny. Into the depths you go. Now, it should be said that it's no accident that we chose this specific strike to play. We
Yes.
thought, what better way to finish this reveal than to feature a boss fight that would just have, there he is,
I
just
love that.
super energy ringing out in the darkness. So already they put a huge dent in their boss. They're playing in close quarters, which means orbs for everybody. And this is an opportunity to show how, with every Guardian using their supers with maximum potential, maximum recharge rates, exactly how this impacts the experience at hand.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gonna,
Oh, no.
he's gonna
Oh, no.
kick your ass. But here we go. It's hammer time.
I love the way the boss gets lit up by supers in this encounter.
Yeah, just illuminated as this dangerous silhouette. And there's just so many of them. I mean, obviously, I think if Destiny had always been like this, it wouldn't have been a shooter. It would have just been a space magic game. You know, I think it's nice that up to this point, we have always treated the super like this special moment. You know, where every once in a while, if your back is up against the wall, you get this ultimate expression of power. But this is a celebration, right?
Yeah, we're celebrating the Guardians. Uh-oh.
A little bit of space magic
Uh-oh.
confetti, more hammers. How many Guardians do we have down? Good revive.
I think they had 2 down.
2 down.
So-
Okay, so this Titan is the blue hero right now. See if we can get an eye on the boss and find out how much more fighting they have left to do. They're about halfway there. So still a shooter, definitely still a necessary amount of gunplay here. But I think anybody who is familiar with this strike and familiar with this final encounter can agree that the extent to which everyone is supercharged is giving the Guardians a brilliant way to just more hammers, tons of hammers. Here we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Good
and
job,
victory
guys.
is yours, Guardians. Well done, well done. Good demonstration. Good live fire exercise. Thank you so much. We're going to send that fire team back to the tower for one final piece of business. But before we do that, let's talk one more time about Nightfall rewards. It has been at different times throughout our Destiny adventure a different experience. Sometimes the Nightfall has been the only way you could rank up your character. Sometimes the Nightfall has been more rewarding than other times. Have you made any essential changes to that?
No, the Nightfall rewards should remain the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only thing we're changing here is My Guardian.
Yeah.
With the Daybreak
Just a
modifier.
new modifier. Yeah.
When I arrive in a Daybreak strike, My Guardian is the ultimate warrior, the ultimate practitioner of space magic. Talk to me about scheduling. How often am I going to see a Daybreak modifier enter the Nightfall rotation?
So we're going to have the modifier is going to show up once every 4 weeks, so about once a month.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to start off with the Daybreak on March 28th.
So March 28th, the first Nightfall Strike that we see as part of Age of Triumph will have that Daybreak modifier, and then I get it once a month after that. Now, we both said this is going to be our favorite way to play the Nightfall. What if I want more than that?
Well, we're going to have a period starting on the week of July 18th, where we're going to have through the month of August 6 weeks of Daybreak strikes.
Okay.
So it'll be a nice block of supers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So here we are back in the tower, and what's the first thing that we can observe here, Joe?
Blue flames are back.
The blue flames are back, and the Nightfall buff has returned. So help yourself to a triumphant slow walk. Let these Titans over here just see how badass you are, Guardians. You got the blue flames, you got the weekly buff of XP. We've talked throughout the course of this stream about the fact that what we're trying to do is to make every week a little bit more rewarding.
Yeah.
And what better way than to bring the Nightfall back?